Hamiintamc, everyone. Welcome back to my channel for another video. It's been a little minute since I've uploaded a video. I think the last time I checked, it was a week, but it might be 2 weeks by now. As you know, I've started online school. It's been a bit of a struggle, honestly. I'm getting strong senioritis, but we're trying to pull through. I am beyond excited about this video because this is an idea that I've had for the past few weeks, and you know, I just always love to talk Indigenous languages. So if you're new to my channel, Hamiintamc, welcome. My name is Carolann. I am California Indian. I am Maara'yam, and I am a descendant of Kumeyaay, but I've been learning my Indigenous language, which is Maara'yam Kumeyaay. And I've been learning it for probably the past 4 to 5 years. And I have been taking classes for the past year, and all of those classes are over, so now I am left to my own devices. So, is that the word? I don't know. I don't know what the phrase is. But anyways, so if you're not familiar with the app called Notion, it is an organization and database app that really allows you to organize your entire life in a really seamless and just really easy way. I've been using Notion for a little while, but I've really gotten into it this semester, and I'm really excited to show you my dashboard. So I created a dashboard for talk to, which translated just means to speak my native language. And I have created this in order to build a daily habit of me speaking and practicing my language every single day. Now, have I done that exactly? No, I have not. But I've gotten into a good routine with it before, and I'm really hoping to get back into it this week, essentially. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through my entire setup of how I have created my Talk To dashboard. And I'm going to be using this video in the corner of the screen while I record my screen. That being said, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're not already, turn on the notifications so that you can get notified every time I post a video. And please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really helps us small content creators. And other than that, if you have any other questions or comments or ideas of ways that I can improve my dashboard, please let me know in the comments down below. You can also check the description, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Carolann Jane, and you can also check out my website, my newsletter, my book club. It's all down there in the description. Further ado, let's get started. Okay, here's to hoping that I'm doing this right and it is recording my screen. So as you can see, this is my dashboard. It is called Talk To, which again in my Indigenous language means to speak my language. Up here I have a cover photo that I just took from online. I took a desert scene because that is my traditional people's environment is the desert. It doesn't look like this, but this just looks more aesthetically pleasing. Up here I have inserted a quote, and as you can see there's a little plus button, and that's where I just scrolled down and I put a quote, but we're not going to actually want to add a quote. And the quote that I put is, "The only wrong way to speak your language is not at all," which is one of my favorite quotes or quotations because it's just super motivating. And of course, for my little icon, I have a speaking head. Now, as you scroll, this is really where my dashboard comes to life. And down here, to the left, I have this large image that says Nachit Talk To, and that basically means like, let's speak Serrano, let's speak my native language. And I just took this from Google Images, and I edited it in Photoshop by just slapping some words on it. And I love the way this looks. It just looks super aesthetically pleasing to me. And as you scroll down underneath there on the left side, I have my class schedule. And this is where I will add to these days a day that I'm planning on doing class. So the last class that I had was last Friday. I didn't actually put it in, but I would normally put it in right here. So that's the calendar, and again, you can just do that by clicking the plus button and adding a calendar. And if you're wondering how I got them into these two columns, what you do is you would take something from down here, and this little thing, you hold it and drag it to the side that you want to go on. So the first thing that I have on the right is my daily tasks. And this is basically the things that I am trying to do every single day for my habit tracker. And first, I've made my habit tracker, so this is an individual page within this page. And so I click on it, and as you can see, it's organized by day. So what I'll do is at the very top, I will put the most recent day. So for example, today it's down there, but I can drag it. But today would be Saturday, 9/12, and I can drag it up. And this is basically a database, and I've created a checklist. And so let me delete this one because I didn't end up doing anything on that day. And so every day, these are the things that I want to do. So first, I want to practice flashcards. Next, I want to make a new set of flashcards. Third, I want to read a story in my Indigenous language. 4, I want to read my textbook. Just read a couple pages in the textbook. And then 5, I want to write a paragraph that is usually responding to a prompt or answering the question of what I did today. And so once I've done them, of course, I just go through and check them all off. And it's really great. I can look at the days in which I was able to accomplish my goals. So that's where my habit tracker is, and it has a little sun just to denote it's an everyday thing. The next thing is where I compile all of my stories that I read and that I translate and just do some work on. So the book that I read it from is called Watayawa. And I am trying to go through and read every single story in Watayawa, which is a very, very long process because it is a huge book. So this is going to take me a long time. But I basically have created a checklist. So I've went through and I've read 3 stories so far. And so I try to do one a day. And then I've also made another page in this that's called Words That I Noticed. And I write down the story number, and then I write down the words in my language of the words that I've noticed, and usually I will put their translations, but I guess I didn't for the third one. So that's all my stories. The next is my textbook chapters, and this is where I'm going to note when I've completed a chapter. Right now I'm in the middle of working on chapter 9, so I'm around like page 89 or something like that. Finally, I think this is one of the best parts of this dashboard is my flashcard list. And I use Quizlet for all of my flashcards. I do want to use Anki. I have Anki, but I just haven't gotten around to putting everything into Anki. It's something that I have to just sit through and do it one day. I do have some downsides to Anki, and I have some downsides to Quizlet. I have some pros to Quizlet, and I have some pros to Anki. So, I don't know. Right now I'm using Quizlet. It's the easiest for me right now. So all of these are links to each of these flashcards that I have created, which as you can see, there's a lot of sets. I've basically created 14 sets, I think. No, I can't do math. Okay, math. I can't do math. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Anyways, these are all links, okay? So if you click on chapter 10, it is going to open a screen, and it's going to take you to chapter 10, which is so awesome. So this is where I put them all, so I know to practice them. I have them all in one place. I think it's even more organized than Quizlet itself. And I can see in order all of the chapters that I've done and the things that I need to do. And once I'm done with the textbook chapters, because these are all from my textbook, I'm going to start making lists from the dictionary. So that's all on my flashcards. So I do not have a lot to show in terms of content, but I just want to tell you that they're there. So oftentimes, basically content just means media that I want to make related to my language. So sometimes my language program will ask me to do recordings, and they'll ask me to like record a story, record a word, record a phrase. And so this is where I want to put all the audio for that. The second is art ideas. I like to do art related to my Indigenous language, so that's where I want to put down my art ideas and my planning. And third is video ideas, so something like this where I'm making a video about my Indigenous language experience, and so I'm gonna put video ideas in there. Finally, the last section is practice, and the first one that I have is translation. And again, I don't have much in here, but I do have something to add. I just haven't added it yet. And me and my teacher last Friday, we sat down and translated a story all by ourselves without looking. And so I want to put the translation there. The other one is immersion. I've been wanting to do some immersion activities with my teacher. I haven't got around to doing it yet. But again, this is where it would go if we did immersion work or if I have ideas. The next is textbook homework, and this is where I've actually been doing stuff. And I have chapter 9. And so basically what I do is there's exercises in the textbook, and I sit down and I translate them and I do the exercises. And once I've compiled a few of them, I copy them and put them in an email and send them to my teacher for her to see how my progress is. And so as you can see, I've been doing a lot of them when I was actually working in progress. And the next one is writing exercises, and this is where I answer prompts, where I try to speak entirely in Serrano. So this is an example where I tried to write at least 3 to 4 sentences about what I did that day. And I sent it to my teacher, and then I translated it. No, sorry, I didn't translate it. She corrected it. So that is my entire Notion setup for my Indigenous language. This is how I'm using it. I am really excited to get back into it today and for the rest of the week. This really has set me up for success. It's not perfect, obviously. I still fall off a little bit. I haven't been doing it for a little while, but that's just because I'm adjusting to school and adjusting to my schedule. And I know that this is here and set up and just waiting for me to dive in and use it. So I hope that this video was helpful. I don't think that this is just for Indigenous languages. I think that this is something that you can do with many languages, but in my particular experience, my language is not widely spoken anymore. So I have to get really creative with how I'm going to incorporate my language into my everyday life. So I hope that this gave you a couple of ideas. I think one of the next ideas that I have for a video is coming up with a bunch of different prompts and immersion activities that I can do in my language. So if you're interested in seeing that video, please let me know in the comments or reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. And I think that that's all that I have. Once again, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and please make sure to subscribe. And if you can, follow me so I can keep interacting with you. I love when you guys reach out to me on Instagram. It's my favorite thing. So please always feel welcome to reach out to me on Instagram anytime. And I will see you in my next video.